everybody, welcome back. I am feeling a lot more upbeat today, so I thought I would do a vlog. As like I think most of us are finding now, like hair is a nightmare. Like it so desperately needs either cutting back into shape or whatever, because my fringe, I will keep moving my fringe out of the way because it's annoying me no end. But I think it's been a couple of days since I last did a video, or a few days, and yeah, I just wanted to do a quick catch up and do a big shout out and a big thank you to Chloe, because she hunted high and low for me to find this magazine. It literally, you cannot get it in any of the my local stores at the moment. You used to be able to get it in our big Sainsbury's, but our big Sainsbury's doesn't do it anymore because they moved around the store, and now they claim that they do craft magazines, but they really don't, which sucks. So Dawlish, Sainsbury's, you suck. But yeah, so she hunted high and low using her exercise time to go out and find it for me. So she's just so lush, and it meant the world to me when she messaged me yesterday and said, "Oh, I found it, I've got it," and I wasn't expecting. I was kind of thinking, well, she'll either like post it or like keep hold of it until lockdown kind of ends, but she didn't. She drove over and she brought it over for me, put it through my letterbox, and yeah, we had a little social distancing catch up, which it's kind of really changed my frame of mind. It's so odd how that one bit of interaction, like face to face with somebody when you live on your own, it's crazy how much difference it actually does make, but it's made a huge difference. I decided yesterday that I wasn't going to open it yesterday because I got it in the evening, and I thought, well, to be honest, on an average normal week I hate Sundays, so I was kind of like, yesterday, Saturday, felt like a Sunday. It felt like it was going on and on and on, a bit like I do, and yeah, and it was an absolute struggle yesterday. It just felt, I guess because we've had rain the last couple of days, or showers, and it does affect you, because you're like, oh, there's not even the sun, but yeah, so I kind of decided that I would leave opening the magazine until today. So, and I thought, seeing as I've done like unboxings of blurt boxes or buddy boxes in the past, I thought I'd do one of a craft magazine, especially because at the moment so many people are getting into crafting, because they're stuck at home, because they want to do something in the time where they're stuck at home, especially if they've been furloughed. You know, there's only, you know, when you can only go out for an hour or thereabouts for a walk, it does leave a lot of the day, especially like if you're on your own, or you're, you know, if you don't have children, like if you've got children, my gosh, I feel for you, and I'm sure on the one hand you're loving the extra time with your children and making like memories at home with them. But I'm sure on the other hand they're probably driving you batty by now. So anyway, on to the magazine. Now this magazine is called Simply Crochet. It comes packaged like this. This one my friend managed to get at Tesco. So it had a bonus crochet hook, which, or it was supposed to have had. Oh no, yeah, there it is, the bonus, that one. Otherwise normally it'll just come with this one. So let's open it up and have a look and see what it's like. I used to subscribe to this magazine, and unfortunately I reached the point where I could no longer afford to do it, and I reached that point just as lockdown hit. So I had a little change of heart and I was like, do you know, I'm going to find the money. It is not a cheap magazine. You do not get cheap craft magazines. Like, it's very difficult to find one that's cheap. But you have to bear in mind the reasoning behind that. A lot of the reasoning is because they have particular pattern designers who they need to pay, and you know they'll usually have, you know, a fair amount of patterns, plus they've got all your introduction. They usually run quite a few competitions and sort of things, yeah, like that, and it all costs money. Excuse me, I do not know why I'm yawning. So if you get your copy in Tesco's, this is your bamboo hook that you would get for free. If you get it just in any sort of newsagents or the supermarket or whatever, then you will get just this crochet hook, which is kind of funky. Look, it's like little flowery, they're almost like little flowery granny squares on the handle, which is a polymer clay handle, so that will be interesting to try out and see. You always get a junk magazine, although this one looks quite good. Look at that puzzle board, that's pretty cool. Like, I have puzzle things, but I don't have like a proper puzzle board like that, but that's like luxury. Wow, it's a luxury price as well, 60 quid. I suppose it is wood. Anyway, so this month's magazine. This is the front cover for it for this month. And I'm very much exploring this as you know, with you guys. So if you want like a little sneak peek, I'm not going to go through all the individual patterns and things because it isn't fair on Simply Crochet. So I am just going to show you the contents pages, and I'm going to show you the bit at the back that is for like beginner people who want to begin doing the crochet, because they do a really good comprehensive sort of guide for starting to learn to crochet. So here is one of the first contents page. You've got a pattern for a cardigan. Not sure that I would wear the cardigan. It's the one that's on the front cover. I'm not sure about it, but they've got makes that you can do for your own craft room. So if you're already a crafter, like, you can have like make little storage baskets, a blanket. Here you've got like a banner that you can crochet. And again, like, I know people have asked me before in the past, what do you use like the polystyrene rings for? Well, you can do things like this here. So you know, I've made Christmas, I've made sort of Christmas things before, like for hanging up at, you know, at Christmas. Decorations is the word I was looking for. And then they've also got some like what looks like sort of a lunchbox pattern, maybe. Some mitts, another top that you can obviously make. This is like a little cushion that they've got the design for. Here they've obviously got another blanket design. You can't get enough blankets, they're just amazing. And here you have like a little scarf. It looks like it also includes a little dog bandana, so if anyone wants a dog bandana, just ask. I can probably knock one up, post it. And then I'm literally, they do like a feature on certain people, or on shows that are going on. They do a little feature as well on different yarns. This month seems to be on tape yarns, so they're a slightly different style of yarn, and yeah, they're sort of flat or thicker, so they create a different texture to normal crochet stitch. They have here, actually, I've just seen, I will show you this bit quickly. This can help you if you're struggling to get your chain stitch right, and it tells you how to count your stitches, etc. So if you don't know how to do that, so this is more in depth. This isn't normally in one of these, so that actually is really good for beginners. And then if you go towards the back of the magazine, what you will find in all of their magazines, so even if you don't want this one, maybe you want to get next month's or previous months beforehand, which you can get online. You can get back issues. You can also get it digitally, but obviously if you get it digitally, then you won't get the crochet hooks. It's not always a bad thing. To be fair, I've got a billion crochet hooks, but they are quite pretty. So normally what they have in each magazine is one of these pages, or a few pages like this, and they show you the absolute basics. So from how to hold your hook right the way through to making a slip knot, doing your first foundation chain, then moving on, tells you how to do your slip stitches, and it gives you all your basic stitches. So your double, your half treble, your treble. It tells you how to work a row and then how to work back a row. This one also, because they sometimes do, or they often do, like a Tunisian crochet, which is ever so, which is completely different to crochet. This one has a little chart here on Tunisian crochet, and yeah, so they show you how to change colours, increase and decrease your stitches, how to sew your seams together to get different effects, how to do a magic loop. So if you want to make like amigurumi items, then they generally start with a magic loop. And then the final thing that I'm going to show you from it is this here. This here, they will give you a list of abbreviations of different stitches. They will tell you crochet hook conversions. So say you're in America and you're not in England, then they've got the American and what the English one would be, or the pattern maybe in American, but you can then translate to which which crochet hook you need. And it gives you it also gives you the US to UK conversions. Now a lot of people that I know, I'm just going to put this magazine to one side, a lot of people that I know are learning and find it helpful to learn from videos on YouTube. That's fine and it's brilliant, but you have to be careful because with crochet, our double crochet is America's treble crochet, so there is a difference in translation. So what you're learning, if you're watching an American video, then you will be learning the American terminology. For amigurumi, that's pretty much fine because a lot of amigurumi patterns are actually written with American terminology. For everyday crochet, maybe it can be quite confusing. It can get you kind of, I know it's got me a few times where I've been like, not sure what I'm doing here because I can't tell. So make sure if you're in America, make sure that you and you're looking at a stitch, like a pattern on a video, then make sure that it definitely is in American and it's not an English one. If you are in England and you want to do a pattern and copy it straight off of the off of YouTube, then definitely make sure that you understand whether the pattern you're trying to do or the stitch you're trying to learn is using American terminology or UK. I always tend now to add, when I'm doing a search for a video on YouTube, I usually add UK terminology to the end of it to try and find, because there's a lot of American crocheters now who are doing they will do a video in both US and UK terminology, so you can pick whichever one. I kind of hope that you found today useful. It's been a bit different. I don't really want to talk much about lockdown. I'd rather keep it quite positive and upbeat. Crafting is something that I am super passionate about. I absolutely love it. I spend all my time knitting, crocheting, sewing, you name it. I spend most of my time doing it. Before I forget, you do actually get this as well in this month's Simply Crochet magazine, which is a whole host of Burda crochet designs, which I didn't even know Burda did them. So it's, and they've got some nice, really nice patterns. You have to always check on what yarn they use, because a lot of the times stuff that they will use very expensive yarns, and if you're like me, I cannot afford them, so I have to try and find something else that will work for it. And normally you can. There are some websites out there that will tell you like this pattern can be, you can make it using this and this yarn. A lot of magazines nowadays as well give you the option. They're like, here's a top end yarn, here's a middle range, and here's a lower range. So it is just about experimenting and learning and having a look, and just always recognising what's within your means and what isn't. And so I think I've covered everything. I am not paid to endorse Simply Crochet. It's just one of those magazines that I actually do really enjoy. There's plenty of others like the LGC, Let's Get Crafting Knitting and Crochet magazine. I love that one. It's a little bit more expensive, but you always get balls of yarn with it, as well as crochet hooks, knitted needles, and that's a nice change, because it is a mix of knitting and crochet patterns, and again they have their own competitions and things, bits and pieces like that. If you've enjoyed this video, like it, and comment, and if there's anything else like you want to know about anything really, the craft inside of things, if you want to know more about projects that I've made, or how long I've been crocheting for, or anything like that, please do ask the questions. I think my comments are switched on at the bottom in the on the YouTube app, but as yet no one's really asked anything. I haven't got a huge following. Thank you to all of you that do watch on a regular basis, and yeah, I can only hope that people find it interesting, because I enjoy actually taking the time to do this. So yeah, I'm not gonna plead for people to subscribe, but if you want to subscribe, that would be great as well. I think I've got like 7. I'm doing well. And yeah, if you want to subscribe, or just like the video, share it, whatever, that would be amazing. I now am going to go and get myself a cup of tea. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of the day. The sun is out. Go get that vitamin D in your back garden, or like within social distancing rules, and all of that, and just have a great Sunday. See you later.